Hi, this is Beverly Mahone, your communications coach, and I'm here with some resume makeover tips for older adults. If you are going to be looking for a job in 2021, let me tell you, you are literally going to be competing with thousands of other job applicants. And worse yet, you're going to be competing with millennials and members of the Generation Z population. And what do they have that many of us don't have? They have tech savviness and they have figured out how to construct a resume that will shine. So here I am to give you some tips on how your resume can get through the applicant tracking system, which is that computer that's really only looking for specific keywords. But the first thing we're going to do here is we are going to start by looking at the resume itself. So let's take a look at this particular resume to start. So Betty Sue Johnson is looking for a job. Well, okay, Betty Sue Johnson's name sticks right out there, doesn't it? Oh, my goodness. Well, that font is actually a size 36 Arial Black. Okay, that is way too big. Maybe Betty Sue Johnson wears glasses. Maybe Betty Sue Johnson thinks everybody else wears glasses, but that's not the case. We need to close the font and make it smaller. So why not do something like 24? We'll do 24. Okay, now, Betty Sue. Unless she actually goes by Betty Sue and she wants everybody to call her Betty Sue as the middle name is not really necessary. She can do a Betty S. Johnson if she'd like to, or she can just leave it out altogether. But Betty Sue really serves no purpose. All right, now we're going on down to her street address. She says she lives at 1010 Main Street in Cleveland, Ohio. Well, it's not necessary to put on your street address. And the reason it's not necessary is because you don't want to give an employer any opportunity to discriminate against you based on where you live. Whether employers will admit it or not, some of them do use the Zillow real estate website to determine where an applicant might live, what kind of neighborhood they come from, what the crime rate is in that area. So putting your street address on there, just go ahead and delete it. Definitely put the city and state that you are living in, especially if you're mailing your resume to an out of area a plate business. And the other thing too is that you want to drop this down. So I'm dropping the size down to 16. Okay, now here is the next thing. Betty did leave off her phone number. So we got to figure out how we're going to reach Betty if we want to give her an interview. So Betty needs to put a mailing or phone number actually on her website so we know or the employer knows how to reach her if she makes it past the computer. Well, if they don't want to call her, they'll use her email address. And Betty Sue to you at AOL.com says, Betty, honey, you're old. We're not using AOL anymore. And if you're still using AOL, that means that you are older. And chances are, if you're older, you might not really be qualified for this job. Now, here's the thing. Ageism is real. Employers aren't going to say, oh, no, we're not going to hire you because you're over the age of whatever. But it is real. And that will be taken into consideration when you submit your resume. So there are certain things that you definitely don't want to put on your resume. So try finding a Gmail or a Yahoo that definitely reflects more of a professionalism when it comes to your email address. And by all means, if you have a LinkedIn URL, please put that on there as well. All right, the next thing here, the objective. Well, there is no objective anymore. It's called a professional summary. And in this objective that Betty has written here. She says, to work in a job where I can show my skills in Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Spanish. Well, that's all well and good if Betty is going for a secretarial position or some type where she's having to, generate reports and write, memos and, having to create, PowerPoints for her boss, et cetera, et cetera. That's fine as a part of the professional summary. But here's the thing. She's got Spanish here. Okay, so Spanish isn't necessary to put on your resume unless the job description says that they are asking you to be bilingual. And let me add this. If all you know is hola, ¿cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias. Y tú, that's not enough to say I'm fluent in Spanish. You have to really be able to be engaging in a conversation and understand what the person who is speaking in their own Spanish dialect is saying back to you. So if you only know a few words, by all means, please don't put it on your resume. That makes absolutely no sense. Don't do it, folks. Okay. So once again, make sure that you don't put your mailing address on there. Give them a phone number where they can call you, and don't have it be your place of business. That doesn't make any sense, because what happens if they call you and you're not at your desk and your boss answers the phone because he happens or she happens to be walking nearby and then realizes, well, oh, I didn't know she was looking for a job. So use your own personal phone number. Make sure that your email address reflects something that's kind of professional, and gone are the days of the objective. It's professional summary, and make sure that professional summary is aligned with the job description. Okay, that's it. So here's to your success in 2021, and I wish you the best of luck.
Good news you use for your life.